Namaskar, dear friends. I am Dr. Pramod Kumar Gupta. I am founder of Indian Teacher Education Community. We are organizing a program on fundamentals of research by Dr. D.N. Sansanwal sir. Dr. D.N. Sansanwal sir is former HOD and Dean, School of Education, Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. I am inviting you, sir. Welcome, sir. Please.
Sure, thank you. Dear friends, welcome to the program. Some of you may ask my email address. So here is my email address. Please note it down because in between you ask and then again I have to give you. So you need not to ask me. I am giving you my email address. If you have any question to ask, you are free to send me the email. I'll try to reply as fast as I can. Now, before I go ahead to the topic of the today's one, I just like to ask you that if you can answer these questions, I will be grateful to you. And let us see how many of you can answer it correctly. Which of the following is a variable or variables? You can write your answer in the chat box or question answer box, whatever you like. So let us see how many of you can answer this question. Out of 30, only one participant, 2 participants have responded, 4 have given response, 6 have given response, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 13, 15, 16 people have given the response. Any other one like to give response? Okay. So you have given the response. Let us have one more question. This is another question. Which of the following is or not the correct names of step of research? Please try if you can answer this also. 1 participant have given the response, 2 have given response, 4, 12 have given the response. Out of 33, 14, 15, 16. Okay, do you want the correct answer of both the questions? All right. So let me give you the answer of the first question first. Which of the following is a variable or variables? Content of mathematics is a variable. Because if you take the syllabus of any class, you will find that there are different topics. And in each topic, you have large amount of information, different information. So it is the variable. Male teachers is not a variable. Urban teacher is not a variable. Hemoglobin is a variable. Female science teacher is not variable. Anxiety is a variable. Discussion method is not variable. Achievement in physics is a variable. Government school is not a variable. The types of school can be the variable, but here it is only government school. And your teaching experience and types of university are also the variable. So therefore, these are the correct answers of question number 1. Number 1, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11. Now you can check your answer with my answers. And if your answers tally with my answers, then you know what is a variable. If it does not, that means you need to understand the variable. The second question was that which of the following is or not the correct name or names of step of research? Identification of problem is the correct name. Defining the problem is not the correct name. Selecting place of data collection, not the correct name. Thinking about the hypothesis, not the correct name. collection of data is the correct name. Deciding the time of data collection is not the correct name. Conclusion is the correct name. Selection of problem is not the correct name. Selection of guide not the correct name. Selection of variable not the correct name. Selection of university for doing research not the correct name. And purchasing research methodology book is not the correct name. So these are the answers of this particular question. So now you can find out whether you know or you do not know. And if you do not know, then this series of the seminar, this webinar is very, very useful to you, because these are the basic things and I will be touching all these basic things. So anyone who has got all questions correct, anyone who has got both the questions correct, if not, then I proceed further. So let us now start with the basics. And basic is that today in this particular lecture, I will be telling you the definition of research. I will be telling you the characteristics of research. Then I will tell you the types of research. And then I will tell you the steps of research. In short, now these are the 4 points which I'm going to cover in another 1 hour and 20 minutes. So let us see what is a research. If you see the word research, this research you can bifurcate into the 2 words. One is re, another is search. Re means again. That means search again. Now the question arises, what do you search? Say, suppose I am not well and I am new to the place, the city where I am, then I will like to search the doctor, because I need doctor. So what do you search? You search what you need and you are not getting it. Since I am new to the city, so I do not know people, so therefore I may not be able to get information. So therefore I have to search on the internet. Now, you know, pandemic. This pandemic would not have been there than the vaccines which were produced by Serum Institute of India and Biotech Hyderabad, they would not have come. So that means you have to have a problem. Now you people have joined this webinar because you might not be understanding different aspects of the research. And if that problem would not have been there, then you would not have joined this particular program. So that means there must be a problem if you want to do research. Research cannot be done without problem. See, when you sit on a chair by crossing the leg, do you continue in the same posture for a long time? Or will you like to change your posture after some time? And how do you know that now you have to change your posture? So you know when you become uncomfortable, then and only then you decide to change your posture. So uncomfortableness is very important. So therefore, the problem means uncomfortableness. Suppose you want to go to the market and you want to go by your car and you try to get the car key from the place where normally you keep. And on that day, the car key is not there and you need the car key. Then you ask your family members, please, have you seen the car key? Then they may say, no, we have not seen. Then you search because you need the car key. So it's a problem. Now you are searching so that to get the car key. So if you have a problem, then there has to be a solution. Without problem, there cannot be a solution. If you want to reach to the solution, then you have to do different activities. If I'm not well, then my family members will decide to take me to the doctor or to call the doctor. This is one activity. If they take me to the doctor, then doctor will examine me, another activity. Then doctor will prescribe the medicine, another activity. Then my family members will go to the pharmacy to bring the medicine, another activity. And according to the prescription given by the doctor, my family members will give me the medicine. So you know that there are different activities which you do. In the morning, when you get up and you brush your teeth, now you see how many activities you do. You go to the bathroom, you take out your brush, you take out the paste, then you wash your brush. On the brush, you put the paste, then take it in your mouth, you move here and there, take it out and wash it and wash your face. See how many activities you are doing. So therefore, whenever there is a problem and you want to find out the solution, then you have to do different activities. And when you are doing these activities, you cannot do in any fashion you like. You have to do it in a particular sequence. It is called systematic, or you can call it scientific. And whenever you are doing different activities in a particular sequence, it is called a process. Preparing tea is a process. Preparing chapati is a process. Writing letter is a process. Driving car is a process. Ironing the clothes is a process. So there are so many processes, you know it. So these are the 5 important words which you have to use in order to define the word research. So let me change the font size so that one more step that has gone down, it comes up. It has come. So problem, activities, systematic or scientific, and process and solution. Each word is the characteristics of research. And you have to write the definition of research by using these 5 words. And your teacher might not have given such a definition to you. So let us try to write the definition. Research refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically or scientifically. Carried out systematically or scientifically to find solution of the problem. Now you can see that in this particular one, all these words are here. This is the process, activities, then systematic or scientific, and here is a solution, and here is problem. So this is the general definition of the word research. And here you see, here I have written the problem. Why? Because problem may be one and solution may be many. You know, during pandemic, the problem was the same all over the world. China came up with their own vaccine. US came up with their own vaccine. India came up with their own vaccine. Australia came up with their own. So every country came up with their own vaccine. So the problem is the same, solution may be many. That is why I did not write the solution. I wrote solution of the problem. So in research, there might be one problem on which 10 people are working on the same problem belonging to the different countries. And when they complete their research, they may come up with different solutions, or some of the people might have a common solution and some others might have some other solution. That is important. That's what you should understand. So let us change this particular definition so that it becomes the definition in a particular subject. So I am now giving you the definition of research in economics. Refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically. If you do not want to write the word scientific, you can say systematically, to find solution of the problem related to some aspect of economics. So the problem must be related to any aspect of economics. It cannot be in political science. If you want to work in economics, it has to be in the economics. Let us define research in education. Research in education refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically to find solution of the problem related to some aspect of education. So let us see research in management. Research in management refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically to find solution of the problem related to some aspect of management. If you want Hindi, so research in Hindi refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically to find solution of the problem related to some aspect of Hindi. If you want research in computer science, so research in computer science refers to a process wherein activities are carried out. Here, I like to use the word scientifically. Carried out scientifically to find solution of problem related to some aspect of computer science. So like this, the general definition of the research can be modified little bit so that it fits into that particular subject. If you want research in music, then research in music refers to a process wherein activities are carried out systematically to find solution of the problem related to some aspect of music. If you want medical science, then some aspect of medical science. If you want chemistry, then some aspect of chemistry. Any participant want me to give the definition of research in any subject, please let me know. Otherwise, I have given enough examples. Any question, any participant like to ask? Any question, any participant like to ask? Okay, if no question, please reply, because without getting feedback from your side, I will not be able to help you. Now, okay, now I give you the characteristics of the research. Now, you do research in any subject, the characteristics will not change, because these are the characteristics of research, not the characteristics of research in education or research in economics or research in political science or research in management or research in music. Or these are the characteristics of research. Irrespective of the area in which you want to pursue research, is perfectly correct. So characteristics will be the same. And as I told you, these are the 5 words which you should use in order to write the characteristics of research. So one is research. Research refers to a problem. This is the one sentence I have written. Another sentence is research involves activities. This is the another characteristics. The third characteristic is research is systematic or scientific. Then fourth is research is a process. And the last characteristic is research leads to a solution. So each word, you just write one sentence, and writing that sentence will give you the one characteristic. So there are 5 technical words. You use one sentence for each, and that becomes the characteristic of the research. I hope you have understood it. Any question you want to ask? Any question you want to ask? Okay, let me ask one question. This is question number 1. I am asking that, you know, you have to carry out activities systematically. So what are systematic activities? Or which activities are called systematic? Or how will you know whether the activities which you are carrying out, they are systematic in nature or not? So let us see who can answer this particular question. You note down the question, and you can answer this question anytime you like, no problem at all. But you note down the question. Okay, one participant has given the response. 2 have given the response, but I have not said whether they are correct or they are incorrect. 3 people have given the response. 4 have given the response. And none of the response is correct. No, no. Why systematic? No, no. So your answer is not correct. Keep thinking. See, my questions normally are very different. They are not very easy to answer. You can answer provided you are able to understand. No, not empirical, not this. Okay, we go ahead. No, no. Why steps in a particular order? If you do not follow the steps in a particular order, what will happen? And if you follow, what will happen? Let us now go to the next. Next, I have not written, but I want to tell you the difference between discovery and invention. Can any one of you like to give me the difference between discovery and invention? No, I'm not calling your names, but all those people who are giving the answer, that answer is not correct. Now, anyone like to tell me the difference between discovery and invention? Yes, Vinay, that's correct. What is the other difference? Most of you are writing that invention is to find something new. Discovery, whatever exists. What can be the other difference? Other difference between discovery and invention? What can be the other difference between discovery and invention? I'm waiting for another difference between discovery and invention. Yes, Dr. Petro, you have given another difference, and participants, please listen. Discovery is unsystematic and invention is systematic. This is another difference. The third difference is that you cannot give training in discovery, but you can give training in invention. Why? Because invention is a part of the research, and you can give training in research. So during research, you may invent something. Then another is that discovery, you cannot have a registration for discovery, but for research, you can have a registration and inventory. Once you invent something which is new, you can get it patented. So these are the differences between the discovery and the invention. So I hope you have got all these differences. Do you want me to write, or you have already understood? Have you understood, or do you want me to write? Okay, that's good. Now let us go to next. Next is the types of research. So let us give you the types of research. Now here is the serial number. Then here I will give you the type, and here I will give you the base. If this is the base, then the type will be this. If these are the types, then this should be the base. Now, 1, 2, and there are 3 ways in which you can talk about the types of the research. Now, can you tell me the type of data? How many types of data you know? How many types of data you know? Gaurav, write the name. Do not write 2. My dear friend, majority of you have written primary and secondary. I'm sorry to say that primary is a source and secondary is a source. And in large number of the Indian writers, they have given under the type of data as primary and secondary. That is technically incorrect. The data will be qualitative data or quantitative data. If I ask you about your hobby, the information which I will get will be qualitative. If I ask you which subject you like the most, the answer which you will give will be qualitative. If I ask you what was your percentage of marks in BS in the graduation, the information you give me is a quantitative. If I ask you what is your mobile number, the information will be quantitative. So types of data will be two. One is called qualitative data, another is called quantitative data. So my dear friends, the books are not giving you the correct information. They are giving you the wrong information. And some of your teachers also might have given you the same information. So therefore, there are two types of the data. And on the basis of the two types of the data, the research will be qualitative research and another will be the quantitative research. So these are the two types of the researches, and the base is type of data, or you can say the type of information. So if the type of information is qualitative, then it is qualitative research. If information is quantitative, it is quantitative research. Let me take one example from daily life. You know that whenever there is an exam, in the exam, there is a question, and question is qualitative. And the answer which you are writing is also qualitative. But the examiner will read your answer in the light of the question, and then he may give you marks, 6 marks out of 10. That means your qualitative information converted into quantitative. I repeat, the qualitative information qualitative data can be converted into quantitative, but from quantitative you cannot get original qualitative. If the examiner is giving 6 marks out of 10, and if you ask the examiner that can you reproduce the same answer in which you have given 6 marks, and you will find that the examiner will not be able to reproduce the same answer, but he can write another answer in which 6 marks might be given. And there might be some commonness between the earlier answer and the another answer. But the second answer will not be identical to the first answer. So that means when you convert a qualitative information into quantitative, then there is a loss of information. And it is normally said that if you are doing a qualitative research, then please keep on doing qualitative research. Do not convert that information into quantitative. Because if you convert the information into quantitative, then you are going to lose some information. So this point must be very clear to you. So if type of data is the base, then your research will be qualitative research and quantitative research. If I change the base, then my type of research will change. So therefore, one of the research is, if you want to study the vision of any person, say Mahatma Gandhi had a vision. Each one of you have vision for yourself. When you were small, then you wanted to become something. When you grew up and you passed class 10th exam, then according to what you want to become, you might have selected whether you go to the arts or commerce or physics, chemistry, mathematics, or biology, depending upon what you want to become. When the class 12th result comes, then maybe you change your idea. So that means what you want to become, it keeps on changing. I do not know whether any one of you thought that you will become the teacher, or any one of you thought that you will do the research. So therefore, that is the vision. Each political party has the vision, because whenever there are elections, they come up with a manifesto. And this manifesto, it indicates, it reflects, it tells to the general people what the party will do for the general people if they come to the power. So that is the vision. Now Mahatma Gandhi had his own vision. Rabindranath Tagore has his own vision. Vivekananda had his own vision. You know, all the Zakir Hussain had his own vision about the education, etc., etc. So vision means the philosophy. So philosophical research. So if you want to study the vision of any person, that means you will be doing the philosophical research. If you want to study the past event, the moment you want to study the past event, then it is called historical research. If you want to study that what type of business strategies people were using during Mughal period, then you will be doing the historical research. Now, if you want to find out how the pandemic started, this COVID-19 virus, how it has come and from where it has come. If you want to do a research of that type, it has to be the historical research. Because you go to the past. Then another is, if you want to study anything in the present context, whenever you want to study anything in the present context, then can you tell me which type of research can it be? Which type of research can it be? Yes, it is the survey research. Now, if you want to, ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Commission, they keep on doing survey in different states in order to find out where the oil is available. There are other people, they also keep on doing the survey to find out where the minerals are available. And there are people who are from geology, not geology, geology. Geo means earth. So geology, they keep on doing the research, and that is called exploratory survey. So it is exploratory survey research. Some people like to describe certain events. Say, if you go to Germany and when you come back, your parents, your friends will be asking about Germany. Then you will be describing the Germany. And when you are describing the Germany, you may give the qualitative information or you may give the quantitative information also. So therefore, this is called the descriptive survey. Now, if you go to see the movie and when you come back, your friends or family members might be asking about the movie, then you describe it. If there is a tribe and you want to understand what do they do the whole day, then you have to do the descriptive survey. This is important. And another can be correlational survey. My dear friend, correlation is a technical term. The general term is relationship. Relationship is a general term and the technical term is correlation. And another is association. So association and correlation are the statistical terms, and relationship is a general term. But in the literature, the correlational survey word has come. So I'm telling you correlational survey, otherwise you can say relationship survey. See, if you look at my hair, you'll find it's all gray. If you look at the lady who has put on a Mangal Sutra, the moment you see a lady putting on Mangal Sutra, then you will say that she is married, because Mangal Sutra is associated with the marriage. But another lady who has not put on the Mangal Sutra, can you say she is unmarried? The answer is no, you cannot say. So this is association. And correlation means the commonness you try to find out. More I will tell you as I proceed further. So therefore, you have a correlational survey. Then another is that if you want to study something which can be used for the future, if you conduct a research and once your research is completed and you have got the result, and these results you use, for example, in this pandemic, the vaccine that has come up, it is the outcome of the experimental research. Now, without having the confirmed findings, the vaccine was not put to the use. So whatever you are using as on today, the vaccine, it is a part of experimental research. You are using the mobile. Mobile is the outcome of the experimental research. So you know these things. Then another will be, if you want to study something very special, if you want to study something special, say for example, there is a person who has got first position in the UPSC exam, then you can do the study of that person who has got the first position in the UPSC exam, and then you call it a case study. So it is a case study research. Now there is a person, suppose there is a person who has passed the 4-year course in 8 years. There is a, I will not disclose the name of the person, but he was in IIT Delhi, and BE course is 4 years. He took 8 years to complete it. So here is another case which, if you want, you can conduct the research. So case means something very special, unusual. So I'll tell you another example. In Gujarat, there is one village between Ahmedabad and Rajkot. In that village, all people are using the solar energy. They have the solar panels on the roof of their houses and they are using it. But the nearby village, they are not using it. So therefore, if you want, you can do the case study of this particular village. The case study can be done of one particular person, or case study can be done of one particular institute, one particular village, one particular country, etc., etc. You can do that, absolutely no problem. But it has to be one. And in the case, there has to be some special characteristics, peculiar characteristics. So these are this is another way to classify the researches. Yes, Dabbewala in Bombay. Yes, Vinay, you are right. That, you know, in Mumbai, there are people, of course, they have come on TV many a times, that they distribute they take the food from their houses and they give it to the people who are in the offices. How you see the complete system. Even people from outside India, from a US, MIT or Harvard, something like this. Those people, they came to Mumbai to study how exactly they are doing it. What is the mechanism of the management, that not even single dabba is misplaced, not even single dabba is given to the some other person, everything moved to the same. So it's a very important, you can do the case study. Thank you, Vijay. So now, if you see the philosophical research is 100% qualitative in nature. Historical research is more qualitative, but there will be some quantitative also. In the survey, you will have both qualitative as well as quantitative information. In experimental, you will have quantitative information, and in case study, you will have both qualitative and quantitative. So qualitative and quantitative characteristics will be everywhere. Now, the philosophical research, the historical research, the survey research, experimental and case study research, the steps are different. In philosophical, historical, and descriptive survey, there will be no hypothesis. So formulation of hypothesis cannot be the step. In case study, formulation of hypothesis cannot be the step. So you can differentiate them on the basis of steps followed, or you can say methodology. That depends upon you. If you want to write methodology, you can write methodology. Now there is one more way to describe the researches. Say your philosophical research is 100% qualitative in nature, because you will only have the qualitative information. In historical, maximum information will be qualitative, but there may be some quantitative also. In the survey one, you will have both qualitative as well as quantitative. In experimental, it is the quantitative information, you will not have qualitative. In case study, you may have both qualitative and quantitative. So you can differentiate these on the basis of, and this philosophical, historical, and descriptive survey and case study, they will not have formulation of hypothesis as a second step. I repeat, the formulation of hypothesis as a second step of research will not be in philosophical research, historical, descriptive survey, and case study. The formulation of hypothesis will not be the step in qualitative research. So you can differentiate them on the basis of the steps followed or methodology, because the steps which you follow in the philosophical research are not same which you follow in the historical research, are not same which you follow in experimental research, etc., etc. So I hope that's what you have understood. Now, there is another way to classify the researches. It's called basic research, or you can call it a fundamental research, or you can call it theoretical research. Another can be that it is experimental research, or you can call it a applied research. And the third one is called action research. Now, your theoretical research is 100% the qualitative in nature. Your experimental is 100% quantitative in nature. The action research is also quantitative in nature. So qualitative and quantitative cut across everywhere. But there is another criteria of differentiating among theoretical research, experimental research, and action research. Now, do you know action research? For example, I'm not well, I have a fever, and my brother is also having a fever. Suppose my brother gets the medicine from the doctor. Now, can I take the same medicine which my brother is taking? I'm waiting for your answer. You are right. I cannot take the same medicine which my brother is taking. Why? Because he may have fever because of some other problem, and I may have fever for some other problem. So therefore, the doctor gives the medicine only looking to the patient symptoms, characteristics, and other parameters. This is what is action. Suppose the JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University students have gone on strike, and the vice chancellor and registrar and other people, they talk to the students and strike is over. Now Delhi University people have gone on strike. So can the solution which was used in the Jawaharlal Nehru University, can it be used in Delhi University to solve the problem? The answer is no, because Delhi University students might have gone on strike due to some other reason, and JNU might have gone on strike for some other reason. Suppose the reason is the same, even then also it is not the same solution, because the characteristics of the students of JNU is very different than the characteristics of the students of the Delhi University. So that is what is action research. And now here is another question for you. If you want to answer right now, you can answer. Then on what base can theoretical, experimental, and action research be differentiated? The question number 2 is, on what base theoretical, experimental, and action researches be differentiated? So any one of you try to answer this particular question. My dear friend, it's not methodology. It's not research design. It's not apply. It's not data. data will be, the theoretical will be qualitative, experimental, and action will be quantitative. So your responses are not correct. Type of subject, no, because in problem, no. Okay, so think about it, and then I proceed further. So your responses are not correct. There cannot be any work without purpose. You have joined this webinar because there is a purpose. No. Okay, so keep thinking and keep sharing your information so that I know where are you. Now let us go to another point. And now, because research is a process, if it is a process, then there must be steps. Because when you brush your teeth, it is a process, and you know what you do when you brush your teeth. Taking bath is a process. What you know, what you do first, what you do second, what you do third. Preparing chapati is a process. You know what you do first, what you do second, etc. Driving is a process. So I am stopping by saying, whenever there is a process, there must be steps. So now I'm telling you steps of research. And there are steps of research because research is a problem. Petro, your third word is correct, but it's not complete. So can you tell me what can be the first step of the research? What can be the first step of research? Let us see what are your answers. Yes, the first step of research is not statement of problem, that is wrong. You have given the correct, it is identification of problem. Now in this one, there are two technical words. One technical word is identification and another technical word is problem. Now, can I use selection in place of identification? Do you know the difference between identification and selection? Do you think that selection is a part of identification or identification is a part of selection? I repeat, is selection a part of identification or identification is a part of selection? Yes, some of you have given the correct information and others have not given the correct. See, selection is a part of identification. Say, I'll give example. Suppose you want to buy fruits and you are in a particular city. You might be having your own vendor from, you might be purchasing the fruits now and then. So you go to that vendor and you will find that he has different fruits. like mango, banana, apple, guavas, papaya, etc., etc. So he has different fruits. So it is heterogeneous situation. Now, if you want to purchase apple, so now you don't want banana, you do not want mango, you only want apple. Now you have narrow it down. Now suppose he has apple from Shimla and from Kashmir. Now you have to decide whether you want Shimla or you want Kashmir. If you want Shimla, then you don't want Kashmir. You have further reduced it. You have narrowed it down. Now in one container, the vendor has got apple. If all apples are of the same size, then you will pick whatever the weight you want, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg. If some of the apples are bigger in size and some of the apples are small in size, then you will further select. That means when it is heterogeneous, then it is identification. When it becomes relatively homogeneous, then it is selection. I'll give another example. Suppose you want to purchase your clothes, dress. Say, I'll give example from the ladies. Suppose there is a lady, she wants to purchase sari. So she goes to the shop. Shopkeeper will ask her that do you want silk or cotton? Suppose that lady says, I want silk. Then the vendor may ask that what is the range? Is it up to 10,000, up to 15,000, 20,000, up to what? Then the lady may say that it is between 15,000 and 30,000. Then the vendor may ask, do you want a small print or a large print? Suppose the lady says, I want a small print. Now, if the vendor takes out a sari, which is according to these criteria, then can that lady take the sari and come out? If there is a lady in the participant, will the lady take that sari and come out? What do you think? That's right. She will not. Why? She will like to show, she will like to see all saris. And my dear friends, you might have seen that the vendor doesn't keep 500 saris there. He keeps only 50, 60 saris and rest are in the godown. Because if there are 500 saris, then all 500 saris must be shown to all the ladies whosoever come in their shop. So now what happens is that the vendor will show all these saris and then the lady will keep one sari. She will take one and keep it aside. Then vendor will ask, should I show you some more? She says yes. He shows some other type sari and she again take out one. Now from so many saris, now she has 2 or 3 saris. So from such a variety, she has reduced the variety and now she has only 2, 3 saris. Now from these, she is selecting one. So this is so that means selection is a part of identification. I'll give you another example. Suppose there is a English, Hindi, English, physics, education, chemistry, computer science, economics, life science, chemical technology, or chemical engineering. Say history, say management, say music, say painting, dance, and so on so. The variety. So it is a heterogeneous situation. Now, if I have my master's degree in education, then I will pick education and then I proceed further. So from these subjects, now I have picked the education. So now I have education. In education, you have the sociology of education, history of education, economics of education, guidance and counseling, then education technology, then science education, non-formal education, so like this. There are so many. Suppose I decide to do research related to educational technology, then I am further narrowing it down. So now this is education technology. Now here you have micro teaching, you have programmed learning, you have models of teaching, you have systems approach, like this. Suppose I decide to do research related to micro teaching. So I select the micro teaching, and here I have micro teaching. Now in micro teaching, there are many skills. Say, skill of introduction, skill of stimulus variation. Skill of questioning. Skill of reinforcement. There are many skills. Suppose I decide to do the research related to skill of stimulus variation. I take the skill of stimulus variation and suppose I want to teach English. Now, when I'm teaching English, then I have to use the stimulus variation, and then I can decide whether the students are liking, the students are understanding, etc., etc. So this is how I start with a broader thing, and then I narrow it down. And when it becomes so narrow that you cannot further narrow down, then this is called selection. So I have selected the skill of stimulus variation, and I want to do research related to skill of stimulus variation. So this is the difference between the identification and the selection. Hope you have understood it. Now, can you tell me another name for the, or another word for the problem? Now, one word was identification, another word is problem. What is another word for a problem? Can you give me the name of the word? Yes, Pramod, you are right. It is variable. So when you have to select, then you select variable. Now, in one particular research, minimum how many variable or variables should be there? So minimum number of variable or variables in a research. No. Vinay, no. Krishna, no. Rajveer, no. Bahadur Singh, your answer is correct. Patnaik, your answer is correct. Divya, your answer is correct. My dear friend, you have to select minimum one variable. Why? Because without variable, research is not possible. So you need not to select 4 variables. You have to select minimum one variable. If you want to select more than one, absolutely your choice. Otherwise, minimum one variable must be there. Because without variable, research is not possible. Now, once you have selected the variable, then you should be able to write the title. You know, there is a title of the book, there is a title of the research paper, and there is a title of the research. All these 3 titles, they differ among themselves. So I want to ask you that should the title of the research be broad versus narrow versus specific? What do you think? Should the title of the research be broad, narrow, or specific? Okay, you will understand that your answer is not correct. When I proceed further, I give example, then you start understanding. My dear friend, you might have read the title of the researches which are available on the Shodh Ganga. And my dear friend, you will realize that the titles which are there in the Shodh Ganga of the researches for which the degree has already been awarded, and the title is technically incorrect. Technically incorrect. That is why the quality of research in India is very, very poor. And this has been said not by me, many people like UGC chairperson, Professor Kumar, he has said that more than 95% of the researches uploaded in the Shodh Ganga are substandard. And I'll tell you, I can give you hundreds of examples that the Indians are, yes, Indian titles are misleading. That's correct. So therefore, you should know that when you say that this title is appropriate, then it means you must know what all information should be given in the title. Another thing you should know, can title start with the word to? And if you want, I can give you so many examples from the Shodh Ganga that the titles of the PhD, the degree has been awarded and the title started with the word to. So that means neither the guide knows, nor student knows, nor examiners know, nor the members of the RDC, Research Degree Committee, they know about it. So it's a very, very unfortunate thing. Then another is, can we have a full stop in the title? These are the things which you should know about the title. Once you have written the title, then you should be able to write objective. Minimum, how many objectives should be there? Minimum number of objective or objectives. How many objective or objectives should be there? Minimum number. My dear friend, minimum number must be 1. Why? Because without objective research is not possible. So there must be minimum 1 objective. And if you want to write more than 1, that is your choice. If you want to write objective as a heading, then you should write simple sentence. If you want to write research question as a heading, then the objective now has to be written in the question form. So in one research, either you write the heading objective or you write the heading research question. You should not write both. And I have seen many researches in the Shodh Ganga that they have written objective as well as the research question. That is technically wrong. So you must know that either you are writing the objective as a heading and then write simple sentence, or you are writing research question as a heading and convert the simple sentence into the question form. Now, outside India, the researchers write research question. But in India, we normally write objectives. It's perfectly correct, nothing wrong in that. But in one research, there is no sense of writing both the objective as well as the research question. Now, when you are writing the objective, should objective be broad versus narrow versus pinpointed? What do you think? Should objective or research question be broad, narrow, or pinpointed? Okay, now for one particular title, how many objective can you write? For one title, how many objectives can you write? My dear friend, I have seen one thesis in which that student has written 45 objectives. What the meaning? The meaning is your minimum number of objectives should be 1 and maximum it depends upon you. Now, if you are writing 5 objectives, then do you think your title should be specific or your title should be narrow? If you are writing 5 objectives, then should your title be specific or should it be narrow? So therefore, your answer which you gave me, that you said title should be specific. That means the title cannot be specific. The title must be narrow. Why? Because for one particular title, you can write more objectives. And if your title is specific, then your title and objective will be the same. So that's what you should try to understand. So that question was wrong, that answer was wrong. And now you should understand your title cannot be specific, it has to be narrow. Now, so you can write your objective either in the sentence form or in the question form. The choice is yours. Now, I'm asking you one question and I will close today here, that under step number 1, should you first select the variable, then write the title, and then write the objective? Or should you first write the title and then decide the variable and then write the objective? Or should you first write the objective, then decide the variable and then write the title? So what should be the sequence amongst variable, title, and objective? So what should be the sequence among title, among variable, title, and objective? Okay, keep on thinking and then you come back tomorrow and I will start from here. So let me write the question. In what sequence variable, title, and objective should come? So dear friends, thank you for joining this particular program. And I'm sure you might have liked it. So stay safe, keep learning, and see you tomorrow. Yes, in one research, either you write objective or you write question. No need of writing both. No, I will not share any my Word file. Forget about it. Shirish, I will not be sharing my Word file. It is up to you to note down you can take the notes as you take when your teacher teaches. I am also teaching, so you should. I will tell you roughly tomorrow. So thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Stay safe, keep learning.